Yeah, let's say two examples. One, your token doesn't even exist yet, right? You would go through this protocol called Interchain Token Service. You specify what chains you want your token on. And then on all of those chains, let's say like a version of ERC20 or equivalent for the underlying DM gets deployed. It's a standard token, except that it has the same name, the same address, and a few extra functions that allow you to send that token back and forth across chains, right? All baked in the same contract and the same configuration. So that's one way. The second way, if you already have a token, let's say you have a token in Solana, right? You can go through these portals and products and say, now I want this token to be mirrored on 70 other chains. You specify which chains you want, and we look at the representation of the original token, then you get a new deployment of it on all the other chains with cross-chain functions that allow you to mint and send it across the chains.
Will there be price discrepancies between Ethereum and Solana and all these different chains? Maybe it's trading higher on ETH than it is on Solana, and how do you solve for that?
Yeah, so we didn't deal with the prices themselves. What we do is we guarantee that you have a representation of the token that's consistent and identical on all the chains. And yes, it could be the case that on one chain, there's a deeper liquidity. Maybe has a better price. On another chain, if you work on it, maybe it has lower liquidity and maybe a different price. And then the markets usually figure those things out. But to that point, this is exactly where the benefit of fully interchain native applications comes in, where you don't have to create liquidity on all the chains, right? So imagine a new world where you just want to be able to trade this token. The token itself could live across 70 chains, but you want to be able to trade it, to your point, in the most capital efficient way. So the way to instantiate that using primitives like cross-chain message passing is to have the liquidity of this token on any chain that you want with the deepest property, right? And then change the way the wallets interact with it. So when the user submits a trade transaction, it doesn't automatically gets executed maybe on that chain, but it gets routed under the hood into the chain that has the deepest pool where you aggregate everything. It gets automatically swapped for the token of destination, and the token of your choice then gets routed back to your chain where you initiated the transaction from. So from your perspective, you don't care whether the swap actually happened and it happened on the chain with the best properties, with the best liquidity. But your UX is very simple. You never had to do that discovery yourself. You never had to do the bridging of the token. You, the user of Base as an example, because you like maybe some of the on and off ramps, maybe the wallet experience and things like that. So this is really the future that we're entering, right? Where application could live anywhere. And in most cases, you just need to have one instance of that application. You just need to have connection of that application to other chains and other wallets to facilitate on and off communication.